Everybody. So let's get into the little book of big lies. We're on question number 7, which says, when was the last time you said, I am upset because? This chapter, I always say I love the chapters, right? But I do. I really enjoyed this chapter, and I did a little insert from my live, which was amazing. So she starts this chapter by talking about how amazing her dad was as a father, but how awful he was as a husband to her mother, because he was very aggressive and even harmed her a lot, her mother. So she talks about, how often people say we're upset because, or I'm angry at someone because, and you want to blame the situation on that person or or whatever that was. But what the author is saying is that there is something underlining that's really triggering you to really be upset. So she says there's a spiritual psychology has learned that the concept of I'm upset because. Okay, so then she references these professors Ron and Mary Holnick. They explain I'm upset because is a misconception in that we believe whatever follows that because is responsible for our being upset. I'm upset because you won't listen to me means that I believe you are making me upset. We make something out of us. We make something outside of us the reason for our being upset. We think that other people and things cause us to be upset. We can never get to the core of the upset if we think this way, right? So they say the truth is our upset already lives inside of us. It's a previously unresolved emotional experience that took place there. In the case of my parents' relationship, she described it. My daddy's operation was through her mother's behavior was the reason why he was upset. So it was a deeper reason. So we later learned the reason why he was so aggressive toward her mother was because that one time he got home from school one day, he witnessed his mother knacking a friend of the family, and he was too young to really confront his mom about it. I guess there was a respect factor there, and but it lived inside of him, and he never had a day that went by in his whole lifetime that he didn't think about that. Okay, so Hutnick explains that our real upset is always deeper than the because. We assign it. In other words, there is no such thing as I'm upset because. The more accurate sentence is I'm simply upset. Upset always lives inside of us, and its experiences are triggered. Okay, so they go on into unresolved upset is like an open wound. It is full of pulse and tender when hurts until it gives our self attention that allows the healing process to begin. So we need to give it our self attention in order for a healing process to begin. Okay, so this chapter has so many nuggets. So she says, when we don't address our pain, we begin to feel that it's bigger and stronger than we are. Because my father never risked talking about his sacred torture. Remember we talked about that. She references like triggers and old wounds as sacred torture. Okay, so she said healing starts with the acknowledgement of what happened and how it made us feel. When then come understanding, forgiveness, more productive and empowering perspective. Okay, so then she says that I'm upset because statements are lies. They obscure the real source of our hurts and discomfort. Okay, so I'm upset because my job. I'm upset because my man. I'm upset because my kids. Those are all lies, is what the author says. She said the truth is we feel intense anger, rage, and seemingly irritational upset. Unresolved feelings from the past are finding our reaction. Okay, so it's really not the situation that's causing you to be upset. I mean, you may feel some kind of way about what happened, but when you go in rage about situations, it's not because of that. It's really because of some old sacred torture. which is really good. So she said the act of looking within is not a passive one. It's courageous and dynamic. You can begin to look within by asking yourself this question the next time you find yourself upset, triggered, or behaving irrationally. When was the first time I felt this way or experienced this kind of reaction? Okay, so then she talks about sitting in the observer's chair. So you should take some time to look within yourself and just think about all the times that you've reacted negatively and try to, I guess, go down your own rabbit hole of where that all comes from, is what she's encouraging. Okay, and so she said this act is called self-care and self-healing. So I enjoyed this chapter. And so she also said, okay, it is possible to take our power back from our old memories and hurts, to let go of I'm upset because statements and release all people and things from the responsibility of making us happy. We need to stop allowing people and stuff that they've done to make us unhappy. Okay, so I'm speaking to myself right now because I was feeling some type of way before I did this video. That's why I'm here doing it. I'm acknowledging my hurt and letting go of the false assumptions and hurtful conclusions I've drawn. I am letting in the light of forgiveness. I'm ready to heal. So I need to let in the light of forgiveness. If someone triggered you today, that's an old secret torture. Can you let in the light of forgiveness? Okay. And as you always know, there's an inner fitness activity. So the first one is the big lie. Okay. Other people and things cause us to be upset. She said, the truth is your upset already lives within you. The current upsetting experiences has triggered the pain of your unresolved emotions. If you think that I'm upset because of, is the answer, recognize that what follows the word because it's not the truth. It's just a justification. All right. So then she's got some homework assignments that I want you all to get. So please get into this book and come to my book club. It's going to be happening this Sunday. See you then, everybody.